Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am filming my Pallet intro for 2020. So if you're interested in the palette I chose and the goals that I'm setting for myself, just keep on watching. Okay, the palette I chose for this year is another Too Faced palette, and it is the Too Faced Chocolate Bonbons. It looks like this. It's a kind of mostly cool toned, I would say, cool tone to neutral palette. This is what it looks like. I really enjoy this palette. And I decided, since I hit pan on 5 of the shades in my Pan That palette for last year, that this year I wanted to try to hit pan on 8 of the shades. So that is my goal, and I do have the 8 specific shades I want to hit pan on listed out, and I will go over those one by one with you. I also decided I was going to try to keep track of how many times I used each shade between updates, and I am going to update every 2 months, so I should have some progress hopefully that you can see. And the first shade that I want to hit pan on is Almond Truffle, which is this shade right here. It has a little bit of a dip in it already, but it's a really pretty like mauve cool tone shade. And I did put how many times I wanted to try to use the shade between now and my first update. Again, this is something new I'm doing, so I'm not sure if it'll be hard to use it that many times or really easy and I'll end up using it a bunch more. But I just kind of put that little goals in place. So I want to try to use this shade 8 times before the next update. The next shade I want to try to hit pan on is this big shade in Satin Sheets. It's a really pretty highlight shade. I like it for inner corner or my brow bone highlight, or even for my face highlight. And I want to try to use that 10 times before the next update. The next shade is right next to it, Sprinkles. It is a light pink shade, and this is what it looks like. And I like this as kind of the same thing, like an inner corner or brow bone highlight. It's more pink than Satin Sheets. The next shade I want to try to hit pan on is Molasses Chip, which is a really pretty gold. It looks like this. Again, it has a little bit of wear, but not too much. And I really like this just as a lid shade. So I want to try to use that 8 times before the next update. The next one is called Cashew Chew, and it's a really light shade. I think I'm going to try to use this to set my eyeshadow primer with it. And this has barely any use at all too. It looks like brand new. And I want to use this one 4 times between now and my next update. I put a lower number because I want to focus on a different shade that I'm going to use to set my eyelid primer with first. So that's why I only put 4. And then the next shade I have, the 6th shade that I want to hit pan on, is called Cafe au Lait. And it is this silver color. This is what it looks like starting out. Again, I like this as a lid shade. It pairs really nice with Almond Truffle or Pecan Praline. And I want to try to use that 8 times before the next update. The 7th shadow I want to try to hit pan on is Mocha, which is a really pretty neutral brown transition shade. I really like wearing it with the gold on the lid. And I want to try to use that 8 times before the next update. And then the last shade I actually am focusing on is Divinity, which is the last big shade in the palette. It's just a matte cream color. I like to use this to set my eyeshadow primer. And I want to use that 10 times before the next update. And I am gonna try to keep a tally on how many times I use each shade. And I have it written out here. So I'm trying to hit pan on basically half the palette. And I did write out the other shades just to tally to see how many times I used them, just because I was curious when I'm making looks and things to see what shades I use additional to those shades. But yeah, I'm really excited to focus on this palette and get some more good use on it. Here's one last look at what it looks like starting out. And I will post intro pictures for this on my Instagram, and I will try to remember to leave my Instagram down below so you can check those out if you would like. And yeah, I'm really excited. I think Too Faced palettes are pretty difficult to pan because there's a lot of product in each pan and it's pressed pretty tightly. So this will be definitely a challenge for me to hit pan on 8 shades, but I'm excited to do so. I love the formula. So yeah, I'm wondering if maybe this might be slightly easier just because of the shapes of the pans, and this one are hearts rather than squares. So it seems like maybe it would be easier to hit pan than the other chocolate bar palettes that have square pans. But I'm pretty sure they have almost the exact same amount of product, if not more, in this one. So it might not really be easier. But anyway, that is what I am going to do for my Pan That Palette 2020. Let me know if you are doing a Pan That Palette for this year. And yeah, make sure you subscribe if you want to follow along and see my updates throughout the year. And that's all I have for you guys today. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.